Hello everyone and welcome to Disney Decades. I'm your host, Nick LoCicero. In Disney Decades, I'm going to read about an event that happened in Disney Parks history, and you have to guess what year that event occurred. But there's a twist. In front of you, you should have a board with the dates 1950 through 2020. This is called the Time Wheel. You also have a set of 7 game pieces called Time Windows. If you don't yet have your Time Wheel and Time Windows, please pause this video and visit www.nt.com/DisneyDecades to download the game for free. Now, each time window is large enough to cover a series of years from 1 to 7. If you're really sure about a date, use a smaller time window. If you aren't too sure, use one of your larger time windows to cover more years. Once you use a time window, set it aside. It is no longer available for you to use. I have 15 events, and if you run out of time windows before I run out of events, you win. You'll have 20 seconds after I read an event to place your time window. If you need more time, just pause the video. No one's looking. It's now time to play Disney Decades. Have fun and good luck. Here we go with event number 1. Mike Fink Keelboats opens in Frontierland at Disneyland. What year did the Mike Fink Keelboat attraction open at Disneyland? And did you get to ride a Mike Fink Keelboat before like all of them sank? Most of them, a lot of them. Time is up. The year was 1955. Same year Disneyland opened, but a few months after the actual opening date. Event number 2, a live-action Tower of Terror film starring Steve Guttenberg first airs on ABC as a presentation of the wonderful world of Disney. What year did that live-action Tower of Terror film starring Steve Guttenberg, also Kirsten Dunst, what year did that premiere on the wonderful world of Disney? You know, I forgot it was a TV movie. I was thinking in my head it was released in theaters, but it was not. What year did it debut? 1997 was when it aired. 97. All right, your next event, number 3. Walt Disney World Resort opens its 3rd water park, Disney's Blizzard Beach. What year did Disney's Blizzard Beach water park open up? Of course, its backstory. It's a ski resort that melted after a freak Florida heat wave. Hard to have a ski resort in Florida. All right, and time is up. 1995 is when Blizzard Beach opened. 95. All right, are you 3 for 3 on those time windows? Hopefully you're off to a good start. Here is event number 4. Disney legend Rolly Crump's autobiography, It's Kind of a Cute Story, is published. What year was Disney legend Rolly Crump's autobiography, It's Kind of a Cute Story, published? What year? Of course, Rolly Crump, known for the Tower of the Four Winds, the great sculpture at the World's Fair in '64. All right, your time is up. 2012 was when his autobiography was published. 2012. Let's move on to event number 5. Cinderella was released in theaters. Her castle wouldn't appear in the Magic Kingdom until many years later. What year was Cinderella released in theaters? Guests wouldn't be able to visit her castle in person until many years later. But how many years later? Time is up. 1950. The year 1950. All right. It's time for event number 6. Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant opens at Disney MGM Studios. What year did Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant open? I will tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with this restaurant. Love the interior, love the movies, love the cars, the tables, all that stuff. The food has been so hit or miss over the years. All right, and your time is up. 1991 was when that restaurant opened, 91. All right, let's move on to number 7. Lucky number 7. Let's see if it's lucky for you and your time windows. Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village opens in Florida. What year did the Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village open in Florida? Eventually, that spot would become Downtown Disney. Eventually, then it'd become Disney Springs. But what year did that shopping district first open? Maybe you shopped there, maybe you bought some shoes. There was a fun shoe shop. Well, it opened in 1975. 75. All right, 7 down. Did you use all 7 time windows already? I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I haven't seen that. If you have ever, please put it in the comments. Let's go to event number 8. Adventure Through Inner Space opens at Disneyland. What year did that famous attraction open? Adventure Through Inner Space. Got to travel through the mighty microscope, get shrunk down a little size, and go explore water molecules. All right, and your time is running out, and it's up. 1967. 67 is when Adventure Through Inner Space opened. Event number 9. Guests take flight as Soarin' Around the World opens at Epcot and Disney California Adventure Park. We're looking for the opening year of Soarin' Around the World, which was that second iteration of that attraction. What year did Soarin' Around the World open? All right, just a few seconds left. 2016. 2016 is when it opened. All right. We are heading to event number 10. Now, this one's a fun one. Hard one, but a fun one. Herb Ryman's 1964 painting of New Orleans Square was selected by the State Department for display in the U.S. Embassy in Paris. This is a famous piece of artwork. Of course, Herb Ryman, lots of great artwork. What year was his 64 painting of New Orleans Square selected to be hung in the U.S. Embassy in Paris? Herb Ryman, of course, drew original drawings of Disneyland, Epcot Center, and more. Well, that happened in 1988. 88 is when they hung that painting in the embassy in Paris. All right, 2/3 of the way done. How you doing? How you doing? Maybe you only have a few time windows left. Well, I have a feeling a lot of you are going to be able to use one on this next event. Number 11. Michael Eisner becomes CEO of the Walt Disney Company. What year did Michael Eisner become CEO of the Walt Disney Company? Prior to Disney, Eisner was president of Paramount Pictures, of course, and moved over to Disney for many years. And time is up. 1984. The year was 1984. All right. Moving on to event number 12. Tony Baxter is inducted as a Disney legend. What year was Tony Baxter, famous Imagineer, inducted as a Disney legend? Some of Tony Baxter's credits include the original Journey into Imagination ride, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, Euro Disney, lots of great credits. Well, he was inducted as a Disney legend in the year 2013. 2013. All right, just 3 events remain. 3 events in this edition of Disney Decades. Here is number 13. New Fantasyland opens at Disneyland. What year was New Fantasyland opened up at Disneyland? Lots of changes here, sweeping changes to Disneyland. The style, the layout, they added the Pinocchio attraction, just lots and lots of changes there. What year did all those changes open up? Well, that happened in 1983. 83 is when New Fantasyland opened up at Disneyland. Oh boy. All right. This might be a tough one. Number 14. The American Egg House restaurant opens on Main Street, USA at Disneyland. What year did the American Egg House restaurant open at Disneyland? They have lots of interesting places at Disneyland. Here you can get breakfast all day. You want an omelet? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening, you can get it at the American Egg House. All right, time is up. 1978. Maybe a little bit later than a lot of you thought. I'd be interested to see how many people got that one. Let's move on to our final event, number 15. Here we go. The Magical World of Barbie stage show debuts on the America Garden stage at Epcot. What year did the Magical World of Barbie stage show debut at Epcot? Maybe you were in the audience. I actually caught a performance of this. Crazy time at Epcot. What year did that show perform on stage? And time is up. 1993. It actually debuted in the holiday season at 93, had a few performances, and then undergo some rewrites, and then did regular performances in 1994, but it was pretty short-lived. All right, that is it. All 15 events. How did you do this time? Did you beat your previous best? Did you use all 7 time windows? Did you use no time windows? Hopefully not. Hopefully you used a few. Make a comment on this video. Go ahead and let us know how you did. Let everybody know your score. Compare notes. What questions did you find really tough? Which ones did you find really easy? Which ones did you use that elusive 1-year time window on? We want to know. And also, please, if you're not already, subscribe to our Parchive channel here at WDWNT. That is the channel where you're going to get Disney Decades and a lot of other content that has to do with the history of the Disney parks that I know you will enjoy. Disney Decades, we drop a new episode each and every week. So if you had fun with us this time, you can catch a past episode, you can catch our future episodes. I can't wait to play along with you next time. So that's it for this edition of Disney Decades. I'm Nick LoCicero, and I'll see you next time.